All right, gonna get started soon. Got 5 topics, so this might be short, or depending upon any conversations or anything like that from chat. If anyone shows up, it might be a little longer, but yep, it's late. It's 1:24, and I'm going to go ahead and get to the screen and then adjust the camera again, since I had to adjust my screen. So, here we go. All right. So, get this right here. All right. Man, good grief, that gleam right there. That's like some CR Fire Pro overlighting right there. All right. So, this is comparative reasoning chat where we do 5 to 6 topics. It could be more depending upon what Kialo sends me. And they send me something every week on the hot topics. So if I go to their site, I can talk to them. But the problem is when you go there, you want to see the arguments positive, negative. The problem with that is it's become so convoluted that those topics you don't know what's happening anymore. Someone will post something negative in the positive and post positive in the negative just to get back at them, and then the others do something to get back at it, or it can start in the reverse, but they're going to keep doing it to get back at each other. So what I did was I just saved the topics, and I was just doing it because I like Kialo. I didn't expect myself to do this, and I keep it up there because I just think, hey, one day I just might respond to them. And that one day just won't happening, and it's not going to happen. I've come to that conclusion, and now I will just do the topics for video content. It's not like I'm getting paid or I can even monetize what I'm doing, so I figured this would be all right. And also, if you wish, you can voice bomb, Discord, chat. You can go ahead and there. Matter of fact, thinking about the voice bombing area, and it most likely is not going to go well anyway because I don't have my headphones. But Twitch Live voice bomb, right there. There we go. No, it's all good. No, just keep it. I don't think anybody's going to be here tonight. It's 1:26 now. So, and I hope everybody's doing what they need to do, which is hashtag keep your ass inside. I hope that's what you're doing. I hope that's some good stuff going there in the house, chilling and all that stuff. All right. It's been a while, so I guess with that all out the way, I can just go ahead and get started. No problem. All right. So, let me scroll down here. Topic number 1. Let's get that started. So, is Wikipedia a reliable source of information? Okay, Dark Sage. Let's see. I used to do Twitch, but gave up after a while. It's hard to grow in the community when so many people seem to only like a few streamers. And that, you know what? That's true. Few people I see 6 or 7 or whatnot, and they got like 200,000 people. Oh, okay. This is, for those that's not watching but listening. He says, now I mostly just watch the other stream and do Twitch rather than trying it myself. Let's see. I wouldn't give up. Twitch is, I would say Twitch, YouTube, the way those seem to function now, instead of people being interested in what you do, you have to go on Twitter or any other social media, bomb the hell out of those with who you are and all this other stuff, and just jump in there and post stuff on people's conversations, and then others eventually like you there, and they'll follow you based on that. You gain your following there, then you tell everyone what you're doing on any other streaming service, and it works in reverse now. Where it used to be, what should be done is Twitter and other places like that used to be you just inform people of what you're doing, and then they just join in. They're already following you, but they just want to be more up to date about what you're doing. They're not doing that anymore. It's all reverse, So, hey, here, look, if you got comments on whatever I got to say about something, go ahead and put that up there, and I will see it. It's all on the screen for everybody to see, so that's all good there. All right. So, is Wikipedia a reliable source of information? And the answer is yes, no, and no, yes. At first, Wikipedia was all done by just one person putting everything up there. Then it got too much, and then anyone could post their stuff up there. And the problem is people will not put accurate information. It'll be anecdotal and whatnot. Hey, you got a point. Dark Sage got a point. That's what I do. Comparative reasoning. That's what I do on YouTube. Basically I call that logic trolling. You're not saying anything mean. You're not trying to hurt anybody at all. But you want to be thought provoking and not play necessarily devil's advocate, but just give the best reliable information possible, and then watch people rage and flip out on that, and then you get to see stuff like that happen. You got an interesting take on Wikipedia. Go ahead and put that down while I give mine. I'll make sure this yours will be up there. Everyone can see your chat. Everybody. I'm gonna post this on YouTube later. I do it live here on Twitch every once in a while. I wish I could do it more, but I got illness and it sometimes keep me away from doing this. And I'm on a jacked up sleeping schedule now. It's bad. But Wikipedia, like for example, back in the day, and I love wrestling. I love professional wrestling. Not sports entertainment. I love the sports of professional wrestling. So I'm not a historian in it, but I've always enjoyed seeing the moves and things like that, and how they respond to the moves, how they react, what does that move really hurt, things like that. So what I did was, where I saw somebody kept putting for the Scorpion Deathlock, they kept putting the sharpshooter and accrediting Bret Hart as the creator of it. So I corrected it, and I'm like, look, it's the Scorpion Deathlock or Scorpion Hold, and it was innovated by Riki Choshu. And they kept re-correcting that, and then I came up with the tagline that I use very seldomly: popularization is not innovation. So let's see. Now, because of that, Wikipedia cannot be reliable, but is more trusted. I mean, you can go and look at encyclopedias, but the moment that they're all printed and available for you, they're outdated anyway. Oh no, the Boston took a hit. Got 8 hit points left. So doing that, that's what I just got tired of that, So yay! Thank you. Let's see. So he says, interesting. So I do not think Wikipedia is bad per day. Yes, people can edit stuff on there, and information may not always be accurate, but we could argue the same for any source with information, and that is absolutely accurate. That's accurate. You watch Fox News opposed to progressive social media, or certain progressive social media to Democratic social media, opposed to independent social media, opposed to more, say, cloistered social media. There are various levels of information out there. I would say the best way to deduce anything would be as if, hey, does it make sense, and not to a preconceived notion, but is it rational? That, and not even then is it best to go with that, because information changes. Everyone will find out the truth, and then motives and your information and views should change along with that. Let's see. He says, take newspapers, for example. Just because information is on there, does that it always accurate? And I know what you mean by that. But growing up, my parents, they're reading the newspaper all the time, and it's like, man, this is true because yada yada yada. And I'm like, why is it true? And the one time I asked that, and I was just being a jerk when I asked it, but I was curious. It was like, we're not gonna print all this if it's fake. And I'm like, I was like, I could challenge that, but at the time, being 11 years old, I'm like, I really don't know I don't have an argument base for it. I don't know the words. I don't have the comeback ability. So I'm just going to leave it at that. And it won't long. I'd say about 6 months, my parents stopped reading the newspaper. But they was watching Fox News. Hey, nobody knew back then. So that little voice you're going to hear every once in a while, that's my woman. Sometimes co-host, that's Sidra. So we'll get past this topic. And topic number 2 out of 5 here. Oh, whoa, let me kill that. Information day is very subjective and based on what the author wants. I look at information as sort of a story. What is the author trying to convey? For example, I love sports, and in my local news, they said the Indianapolis 500 was canceled this year. Then, not 5 minutes later, they came back and said it was postponed and moved. So it's like, is it canceled or is it moved? Which is it? It's like, it's got to be one or the other. So then you get conflicting stories. Which is it? Right now, today, going on the possibility, the strong possibility that COVID-19 is real, and going on the fact that people are dying because of this. They say it might be a flu, but no, it just has flu symptoms and whatnot. But this is actually deadly. It's like the super saiyan of flus. So, yeah, I would say it wouldn't matter if, let's say, for example, Indianapolis 500, is it canceled or just moved? In all honesty, I would be like, I'm going to keep my ass inside. No matter if it's canceled or not, Oh, yeah, when they say, we don't know who this is. Yeah, what I also hate is anonymous sources. Like, yeah, we have this source, it's anonymous. And it's like, now, some sources that are anonymous is because if they get found out, they're dead. Or if they get found out, they won't be able to give you any more information. Like if you get people leaking information from the White House and whatnot, or from a major corporation, if you blab who it is, one, they're fired, sued, probably go to prison, and they can't leak any more information. So some sources have to be anonymous. You have to give them that, Like, for example, major leak today from, I think New York Times leaked it, that this COVID-19 thing was known about last year in June. Is it true? Is it not? Don't know. But seeing that how when something like that happens and everyone's getting sick, but everyone just think, oh, it's a horrible cold or it's a really bad flu, you just kind of write it off. And then somebody's like, we don't know what this person just fell out. They got the flu, they're healthy, but they just died. What happened? And then somebody else died. Then it's like, what's next, Okay, what's your perfect example of misleading news? And then after that, I want to go into the next topic. What's the good one? I'm gonna go ahead and let them type in all this, and then I'm gonna move on. Well, some people are pretty much like what you say, an unofficial co-host. Well, on Discord his name is Tazik, but on YouTube is Conquering Thought. That people like that, those are pretty much like that unofficial co-host. And I love me some Conquering Thought as it is. So I have a slight bias. He's good people. So I'm just waiting for Dark Age to type out his perfect example of misleading news. I'm glad he showed up. He joined. I'm thankful. Very, very deeply appreciative of it. He or she. Okay. Where I live, I get a lot of news about a variety of topics, and they kept insisting Michael Bloomberg won the Tennessee primary earlier this year, even after Biden won. They kept saying and quoting anonymous sources that Bloomberg had won and that anyone who said that Biden won was wrong. I had to go online the next day and check what was going on. It annoyed me to no end. That is the shit that pissed me off. Yes, because I remember back when Larry Lessig was he got into the primaries 2015, and he didn't last long. He didn't last long because you're supposed to raise $1 billion and get 1% of the vote. He's supposed to get that within 3 months. He just got over. I think he got like $1,040,000 at the deadline. He got 3.001% of the vote. And right when it was time for the debates, it's like he needs to have $1 million, and he needs to have, 5 or 6% of the vote? I think that's how it went, and he just couldn't do it. They moved the goalpost. Then Bernie Sanders got in, and that's pretty much what helped people have that guilt vote and want to vote for Bernie Sanders today. Because they realized we screwed up. We should have went for Bernie, but the DNC are the ones that say Hillary is the end all be all, and they make sure the talking points are positive for her and don't mention anyone else. So nobody knew about Bernie Sanders, and it happened again this election. People barely knew about Bernie, but when they did hear about him, it was all extremely negative and absolute lies. So, and right now, Bernie Sanders, if you want to talk about anyone that doesn't want to vote for Bernie, but they say they think Biden is the best one, just show them Twitch or on YouTube how Bernie Sanders does live shows, and he's talking about how to handle this COVID-19 and the virus and do all this other stuff, while Biden is not doing anything. He got up there, and the best thing he said was Trump's a fuckwit, and I shouldn't have said that. I'm just, it's not verbatim, but he's not gonna say fuckwit on TV. He couldn't remember much to do anything. He couldn't remember the dialogue that he wanted to have. So yeah, let's see. Even today, as well, saw misleading information. People kept posting on Facebook that the Masters was canceled, and that the new November date they have set is not finalized and was a lie. They kept saying the Masters never rescheduled and is canceled, which is not true. You know what? I don't know too much about the Masters. I don't. Yeah, I know it's golf. But to say that, okay, this says this, but then it's not, and it's like, why are you saying that? And it's, that stuff is aggravating. I remember when they said Wilmington was canceled when it was a very severe flu outbreak in Great Britain, and it was like, nope, nobody's got the cold or flu here. There's some allergies going around, and I don't know. It's just that's what they did. I'm gonna go on to the next subject. It's been 20 damn minutes. I should have almost been done. So, okay, the next one. Wearing makeup is anti-feminist. Now, I ain't making this stuff up. This is what's coming off Kialo. Wearing makeup is anti-feminist. Now, for me, I love seeing when a female is not wearing makeup. One, not wearing makeup has a lot of great benefits, and wearing some makeup has equal great benefits. Less is more. More is a clown. You're a McDonald, not a whore. But yeah, I wouldn't say anti-feminist. That's where you get it. That's where it kind of gets messed up. Wearing makeup is anti-feminist. So, I mean, they could be saying, okay, if a guy wears makeup, that's anti-feminist. But see, that's why you got to make your questions or your statements a little more fleshed out. Females wearing makeup is anti-feminist. But then again, you have to go on the whole, you can assume it's a girl that they're talking about. And I get that. So, but if wearing makeup is anti-feminist, then truthfully during the feminist movement, when they wanted to get the right to vote and all that equality back then, they burned their bras, they wouldn't have been wearing makeup, But I'm just saying that, but just saying wearing makeup is anti-feminist, no, you're wrong. Just be blunt. You're wrong. Let's see. Yeah, I'll go to the next one. Do we need religion for morality? Now this, I don't know about you, Dark Sage. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not religious. All right. Now there are people that believe in God, but they're not religious. Um, Religion is basically the cult. You can believe in God and, in a sense, worship God how you wish to your own, what you think and how things should go. But that's why I just want to make that designation. Religion is, you got to have a leader or set of leaders, and you've got to have a base that congregates to you. And then when you have that base, then you have to find things for them to practice and do, well, continuously, basically religiously. And when you have that, that's pretty much your flock, your cult. That don't mean a cult is necessary. Originally, a cult wasn't bad. But when people learned about the power of leadership and cult mentality, they started using that. So then it turned bad. Now you have to redefine what a cult is. And that's where we get the current definition or descriptions of what a cult is today. So, morality, that's not really based on religion in the first place. Before there was religion, there was morality, Yeah, if people are not religious, that's fine with me. Yeah. I'm not religious. I do not worship or believe in God because I've got better things to do than live my only life on blind faith and somebody else's belief. I'd rather live my life with my own knowledge. So anything that I discover, figure out, or whatnot as I research or anything like that I care to research, when my research is loose, that's what I go on. I've never been religious, but I did believe in God until I was roughly 9.5. And anything that I learned outside of that, honestly, the majority of people that hurt me were religious people. The atheists that I have met, the few that I have met, and I mean extreme few, they haven't hurt me. So going on the ratio for me, I would say if you want to be immoral, you need to be religious. Going on my life, my experiences, where somebody else might have had nothing but positive things and learned great things through their religion. So they would say, without religion, then you're going to be an amoral person and you are going to go and do some crazy stuff. So, do we need religion for morality? It's a great question, but the honest answer is no, you don't. You don't need the Bible. All you got to do is just have some empathy. That's it. Some empathy, and take sympathy upon people that are going through bad times and hope that what you do good for others will come back good for you without expecting it. Would you believe in God for a Klondike bar? Remember those old commercials? What would you do for a Klondike? Do I know you? Is this Mr. Pony? Are you fucking with me? Last episode, we went over this. Would you believe in God for a Klondike bar? Yes. Yes, I remember the commercials. And what would you? Yes, you and me, Dark Sage. See, me and Mr. Pony are gonna break into people's homes for a Klondike bar. You and me, we'll both believe in God and we'll worship God and we will bathe ourselves in Jesus' blood and we will go out into COVID-19 together, bathed in Jesus' blood, because that Klondike bar is fucking worth it. No idea who that is. Okay. All right, so that's just coincidence. That's a coinky dink. We brought that up yesterday. Well, not yesterday, but the last episode, episode 3. So yeah, you and me, we'll get bathed in Jesus' blood and we'll survive COVID-19 untouched because of that. And that's all for a Klondike bar. All right, y'all know that Klondike bar, do all for a Klondike bar. I will rob Fort Knox successfully for a Klondike bar. All right, trust it. All right. Let's see, move on to the fourth of 5. Okay. Individual data privacy is necessary for a healthy society. Mm. Mm. It's not asking, it's just saying it is. I will not differ with you. Words. I would say individual data privacy is necessary for a healthy society. And reason being is because when it comes to places like, honestly, Netflix, Google, which is also YouTube, and many other apps and stuff, when it comes to Twitter and all that other stuff, Facebook, they collect your data. They send your data. They sell you. They literally sell you to other companies. If you ever watched Person of Interest, that told you what was happening. So, Andrew Yang brought up the whole thing. I just saw a little -2 on the screen. I don't know what. I guess you just updated. He brought up that your data should be yours, and if somebody wants your information, they have to ask for it and things like that. And I agree, yes, and it should be yours. Matter of fact, the way I feel about it, you're gonna collect my information by any means and sell it. I should get 60% of that. I should. You're the one that made the app and all that, so you can get my information and sell it. That's good. But it's me. So if you're going to sell me, I want 60%. Luckily, because if it's truthfully, my honest core, I should get 90%. You made a one-time thing to get my information one time from some obscure website, so no matter where I go on the web, the advertisement pop up about where I've been, even if I wasn't interested. For example, watching porn. What pops up in the background watching porn? Lingerie. Okay, that's a pop-up. I click X, I get rid of it. And then, now this was two and a half years ago, but when I go to Facebook, before I got locked out, go to Facebook, advertisements of lingerie pop up. Dating Asian women in your area pop up. I was like, whoa, that wasn't even in the pop up. What the fuck? Other stuff. Sidra, she'll go online in her room. Online. We share the same router. But she'll look up stuff, dresses and stuff like that. So when I go to Facebook or Twitter, crap pops up on the right-hand corner about some dresses. So I'll just go to it. I'm like, well, you looking this stuff up? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, yep, I know. I mean, you don't have to spy on anybody anymore. The companies are doing it for you. And it's not for free. They're selling you. You're going to take my stuff, give me 90%. That's me. But I'm trying to be magnanimous. So 60%. 60-40. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know? And yes, for a healthy society, because if you're going to get money based on people selling your data, then that means you have money to spend. And if you got money to spend, new businesses can show up. Or you could save up that money and start your own business. You can buy subscriptions to things that you want, like useless crap like YouTube Premium or YouTube TV or YouTube Red at one point. You could buy better premium plans for websites that are hosting your server and stuff like that. You know, you have the money to do those things that you kind of really got to think about firsthand. So yeah, I think individual data privacy, and you should own your data. You should be in charge of it. It's you. It's who you are and what you are. So, you know, yeah. All right, final one. Okay, wait. If people sell my data, I demand at least 50% of the money back for it. I know I will never get money, but I demand it. Yeah, see me. I'm saying 60. You give me 60. I'm the one doing all the searching. I'm the one that's looking at this, looking at that, and I might be the one to buy something. So you should be, and you just put out you just made one algorithm that might take you about 20 minutes or maybe 20 days. But you made the algorithm and you're gonna, use all my stuff. No, I want more than 50. Like I said, 90 is what I think. But being magnanimous, 60%. Because we didn't ask them to make the program. They did it so they could sell our stuff without asking us. Just imagine somebody walking into your home. This is what I told my daughter when I was trying to explain to her about what companies do. I told her this, and I told her just evade the coronavirus thing going on before we knew the name of it was COVID-19. And I told her, this is what happens. You go out, you hear a knock at the door. You open the door, and there's somebody there. They're in a suit. They hold a notepad. They look at you. Your height is, your weight is, your address. Okay, well, not the full address, but your city, your state. Looks like you got some people in your home. Looks like you watch anime. Yep. You got on this computer, and this is your IP address. All right. And you're like, what the fuck? Get out! Get out! Get out! And so I asked her, what would she do? And she's like, what? This is crazy. Dad, come here, Dad. So I'm like, okay. I'm not why I answered the door in the first place, but I go to the door and I'm like, who are you? And he look at me. Your name is, your height, your weight. You've shopped here online. You've gone there, and you use Discord, and you have a YouTube. What the fuck is this? Slam the door. And you see him walk away, go down the street, meet somebody. You see him take a large stack of cash and hand over a portion of everything they took down. And you're like, what the hell just happened? And then the next day, it's time to get the mail. You open the door, you get halfway to the mailbox, and a different dude is there, and just look at you. Your height, your weight, where you come from, blood type, your ethnic makeup, and you're like, what the fuck is this? And you almost want to whoop their ass, so they run away. They get halfway down the street, and you see them make another exchange for a lot of money. And you're like, what the fuck? They're like, oh, yeah, we're taking your money, your information. Making money off it. Like, can I get some of that? Nope. Because by the time they're gone, you don't know where that money went. It's gone. They're gone, too. And you see a whole team of people walking up and down the street, and they go invisible. That's how I described it. All right, let's see. What was that one? Okay, last one. All right, the use of lethal autonomous weapon systems, laws, will be beneficial to society. My first question would be, what makes you so sure of that? In all honesty, Ed 209, that gets you a solid hell no. You ever seen RoboCop 1, the original? Ed 209 or ED 209? Yep.
Sounds like some Skynet shit to me.
Skynet was more like Donald Trump. When you really think about it, it wasn't the ego just protecting image and then protecting itself.
But it was smart enough to do so.
It was smart enough to do so, and Trump is smart enough to do so. The problem is he's dealing with other thinking organisms that can see past it. The problem is just over a third of this country is dumb enough to fall for it because it's a cult. The other third is like, this guy's stupid. And the other third is like, I don't care, just don't fuck with me. That's how that go. My wrestling event is done. I'll be uploading that soon. The use of lethal autonomous weapon systems. And I saw one, it was on a roller. Okay, when people come to my door and do that, I just tell them I'm a communist. And according to communism, the government pays me money to know my information. They usually leave me alone quick. Yeah. Telling someone you're a communist normally gets them to leave you alone. I hold up. I live in the South. Not just the South. I live in I live in the South. I live in the South. So you tell someone you're an atheist or you're a communist or you're a socialist or a social democrat, you're gonna get fucked up. I mean, they will definitely harass you. So I couldn't get away with it. You know, nah. I could no. I'm a black atheist, social democracy, progressive minded, forward thinking person. No. They will use the laws on me. They will make sure of it. But the one I saw, it was some video, and it was just like it was just rolling, and it had like a guidance system, kind of like, I guess, self-driving cars or something like that, and it was unloaded, but it had like, I guess, it was not loaded, but it was making it sound like it was shooting a gun, and it was literally like, is it a friend or foe? And it, obviously going to show it acting perfectly, but the problem is, we've right now got a police surveillance state going. Let's see, you're this height and this color, and this is what you have been on. Me, well, according to the Communist Handbook, the government pays me money for you to know that. How much are they giving you? Them. Have a nice day, sir. Works like a charm. Yeah. What would okay, I'm still gonna go into my spiel, but then you have to let me know, what would you say to a religious group that come to your door? Always asking that question. Have you heard of Jesus Christ? No shit. I live in the most religious country on the planet. So yeah, it the way the police surveillance go, FBI stuff, they're trying to do facial recognition and whatnot. The problem is they usually get it wrong, like a high percentage wrong. And in order to, I got the perfect thing to say. I'm waiting for it. In order for it to work, you would have to have racial recognition. So, in general, and the thing is, it's not always. In general, black people have higher cheekbones, larger lips, wider nose. The wider nose is pretty much the only tell-all, really. The problem is they're white people with high cheekbones. Very few white people will have thick lips. Very few. But the wider nose, no. In truth, white people, black people got the same size nostrils, just shaped differently. That does make a major difference. I can assume on evolution, being that Caucasians and whatnot evolved in more of a much cooler climate, that, yeah, seeing that their nostrils are thin, it's going to have to suck in that air and try to warm it up quickly as possible. Whereas those who are African descent and whatnot have far more rounded, more open looking nostrils. Theirs is just because it's a lot of heat. You might as well just, you're trying to burn yourself up, and that's just being on the surface, without everything that I've researched on it. That's just being on the extreme shallow surface of it. So whenever I get religious groups coming to my door, I say this: well, I worship communism. Did you know communism causes everything? So you being part of this group is caused by communism, because communism is everywhere. I'm not communist, by the way, but people leave you alone quick when you say it. Oh, shit. Oh, I worship communism. Communism Oh my fucking god. Okay. Now that's comedy gold right there. That's comedy gold. Oh man. Be like, do you even know what a communist is? I don't care. Communism is bad. I'm like, you live in a communist society basically, but okay, fine. Oh, oh my goodness. The use of a lethal autonomous weapon system would be beneficial to society. No, because they're going to kill a lot of innocent people. They will. The recognition system will never be proper. And then it's like what gray. You would literally have to use black and white grayscale. You cannot try to use high definition color spectrums. I think it was YUVs or something. I don't know. I see that on. Like, what color range do you want? YUV, this and that. But I'm not all into that high tech stuff. But it will never get right, never, and it's going to kill people. And I mean the wrong way. All hail Supreme Leader King John Un. I once told someone I was Chairman Kim's son and Mao was my grandfather, and they quickly ran away from me. You know what? Man, that'll get it. That'll get it. I would say just tell them you got, COVID-19, but then they'll just, right now, they'll just be like, that's a hoax, you ain't got it. And then, so answer the door in a very heavy sweat, just spray bottled water all over you, and just answer the door. What? Worship what? Just do something like that. I don't know. That'll work. That's what I would do. But then again, they might actually be sick and giving it to me. Tell them to come to the door. You're communist and you worship communism, and they will never bother you again. Honestly, I usually just beat them at their own game, sort of. Let's see. I'll continue talking to you, but I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream here. I hope anyone that did watch enjoyed this. Like those fake IRS people. Well, according to communism, the government pays my taxes for me. So how do I owe money? Oh shit. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I'll be uploading it to YouTube as you already know. And if you want to be a part of this, description down there, it'll be twitch.tv/CRChat. And you can join my Discord. You can join that, and you can voice bomb at any point, jump in and have a conversation with me. It's all good. I've been having a conversation with Dark Sage this whole time. This video went way longer than I planned on it because I've been sitting there laughing with him and stuff. So, yeah. And, maybe help kill the boss, And that right now is me. That's me, CRChat. And I got 8 hit points left. What is this on my damn shirt? Did it not get washed out? Oh, no. Okay, it's gone. Cool. All right. So, yeah. Finally, I'm getting out. I don't like goodbyes. I hate goodbyes. I have always hated goodbyes. Just to tear up every time I say goodbye to my cousin or something after you spend the night and stuff. And just spend a whole damn weekend or two playing video games like out the wazoo. And since, you know what? Our daughter ain't using that little system. I can use it to play some Contra and stuff. I could do that. I like to be able to play it over here. That'd be great. Play it over here and record it and stuff like that. That'd be fun. I'm not going to get on Minecraft? I'm going to be on Minecraft. That's sometimes I just log off of the damn thing. But I got to upload this wrestling event, though. The road. I got to, did all the matches. Might as well upload it. So, yeah, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And see you next live show.